let's have a little heart to heart about joy. I think that we can be in a state of joy almost all of the time. And that is not the same as being happy all of the time. And it's definitely not the same as feeling pleasure all the time. And I think we get a little confused between the difference between these things: happiness, joy, and pleasure. So let me give you a little example. When I was really struggling with Lyme disease, I was so tired. I mean, it felt like I was going to drop into a coma and never wake up every second of every single day. I'm not what you would call an emotional person. I'm not a crier. A lot of people that know me pretty well have never even seen me cry. And my husband would come in and ask me if I wanted to go to Costco, and tears would start rolling down my face because just the thought of having to go to the grocery store, like get in the car, walk into the store, walk around the store, just the thought of doing something that simple, it was so exhausting. I'm like, tears just leaked out of my eyeballs. That is how tired I was. Okay. So there would be days when I had a coaching session and it felt impossible, like literally impossible. Some days, along with the fatigue, there was migraines. And I would have, let's say my coaching call's at 10 and it's 9 o'clock. And I'm thinking, there's absolutely no way I can do this. Like, there's literally no way. I can't even get out of my bed. I'm so tired. And I would go and coach. And I would feel when I was done, I mean, during too, but afterwards is when I had the time to stop and really notice and pay attention and think about it, because in my coaching session, I'm very focused on my client. But afterwards, I would notice that I felt terrible. Physically, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm at a 1. This is like the worst I could feel. But I felt so much joy. I felt a different kind of energy completely filling up my body. I felt energized in ways that weren't physical energy. It was joy, and I could feel it deep in my soul, deep in my bones, in every single cell of my body. Now, how is that possible when you feel terrible? A 1 out of 10. There's definitely no pleasure happening, right? A lot of us think that being happy is going and, getting our favorite treat, or, putting substances in our body, or all those external things that give us that hit of dopamine that our brain loves. I would call that pleasure. Happiness, I wasn't really happy either, because I really didn't want to be that tired, and I didn't want to feel that terrible. I didn't love that I couldn't figure out how to heal my body from Lyme. There were so many things that I think were making it harder to be happy. And you know what I'm talking about. All of you you've gone through periods in your life where it feels impossible given what you're going through, right? Maybe you lose somebody that you love. Maybe your spouse is unfaithful. Maybe you're getting a divorce. Maybe you lose your job. Maybe you're fighting with your teenager every day. There are so many things that happen in our lives, and it feels sometimes impossible to be happy. But over the last year, and I think this is one of the huge lessons that I learned from having Lyme, over the last year, I have learned that you can be in a state of joy almost always. Joy does not, it's okay for negative emotion to be present at the same time that joy is present. Unlike happiness, I think it's hard to feel happy and frustrated at the same time. Frustrated seems to take away from happiness. I don't think that's the same with joy. I think joy is more of a state of being rather than a single emotion. Joy includes lots of emotions like peace and gratitude, and happy's in there probably. It's a state of being, and because of that, it is bigger. And the negative emotions, if you're willing to feel them as well, when we're trying to be happy, we generally push away any negative emotion. We shove it down. We try to avoid it. We resist it. We distract ourselves from it when we're trying to be happy. But if you're just enjoying your state of joy, the negative emotion can just move right through it. You can feel it. You don't have to resist. You don't have to avoid. You don't have to push away. You don't have to distract. You can feel that negative emotion, whatever it is, and it will just move right through your state of joy. And the joy never went anywhere. Joy comes from focus. It comes from truly learning how to focus your mind on the things that bring you joy. And focusing your mind, I used to think it was just, I think I thought focus was a lot to do with action. This is what all the things that I'm doing, so I'm focused on this. And that's not true. It is mind management. And I never had that skill before. The more you can learn and grow that skill of managing your mind so that you can focus on the things that matter, the things that bring you joy, I think you can be in a state of joy almost all the time. And you can let your negative emotions just run right through that state of joy. And it doesn't have to detract or take away from, and your state of being is still joy. This is something I've been working on for the last year or so. I'm still working on it. I would love for you to work on it with me. I want to be in such a state of joy that it literally shines out of me. I want it to be apparent when you look at me that I am joy. And I think that is possible no matter what you're going through, no matter what struggles are coming my way or yours, no matter what trials there are, no matter what parts of the human experience that most of us would never choose to have, no matter which ones are coming, I would like to be joy. And I would love for you to come and do this work with me. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. If you want to have a chat about this, I would love to. If you want to come do this work with me in one of my programs, I would absolutely love it. But what I really wanted you to know today, just what is on my heart that I wanted to share, is that I think you can have joy no matter what. No matter what horrible, terrible, hard thing you are dealing with in your life right now, I think you can have joy. I think joy is available all the time, no matter what. And I would love to help you get there.